Ladies and gentlemen, we are finally back. We are at the bottom of Andy Holt Tower. We are finally here after a long break. The Benchwarmers are back. We are holding hands on the table.
Yes.
We're singing Kumbaya. We're happy to be back, and it is time for some conference championships. Let's just roll right into this one. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back.
We are back in studio. Unfortunately, I will preface the entire podcast with this. Bradley has a very important meeting scheduled. He could not make it today. And we just want to say we're not going to reveal too much, but we hope that it goes well for him, and we hope he has fun in Glendale, Arizona.
Yeah, man. Terrible situation to be walking into there, but I mean, I don't know if you can do much worse than what Jonathan Gannon did for him. So
yeah. Which I believe is where the Cardinals is in Glendale.
They are in Glendale.
In Glendale?
Something
Okay,
like
yeah.
that.
Well, I mean,
it's all just the greater Phoenix area.
Yeah, I was about to say, how many cities could there possibly be in Arizona?
You got Scottsdale,
Phoenix, Glendale.
Actually,
I think that's it.
Arizona State.
Scottsdale isn't Phoenix.
Wherever Arizona State
Scottsdale isn't Phoenix?
Yeah, it's a little north. Maybe I'm thinking Flagstaff. I don't know. I've never lived in Arizona.
Oh, Tucson.
Tucson, that's
There
a
we go.
city. Let's
Yeah.
go.
There we go. Yeah,
Geography boys today.
Believe it or not, I've actually been to Arizona. I went through Tucson and I went through Phoenix to get to Mexico. Actually,
Really?
We
Oh.
drove over the border. It was
Cross the border?
Donde?
it was interesting, but yeah, it's a very. It's got. Have y'all been to Vegas?
I have actually.
I have not.
It's kind of like Andrew. You'll know what I'm talking
there.
about. You'll know what I'm talking about. You know how like whenever you go into Vegas, it's like literally nothing.
Yeah,
for
and then
tens
it's
of, like.
It's just like the Emerald City.
And then it's just like it's literally just looks like it's just randomly like dropped in. That's what every city in Arizona looks like. It
yeah.
literally looks like every single thing is just like airdropped in. It's really strange.
That's odd. Is it all like flat desert kind of land?
for the most part,
I'd say
like,
northern Arizona is a little bit more canyony.
Okay, yeah.
like because I think that's Flagstaff. Because whenever I get out of the Navy, I was driving across country and I went up to Flagstaff just for like funsies, and it was like really beautiful and mountainous, a lot of trees. But if you go to the Phoenix area, oh dude, it's just flat desert. You eat like I was driving at night, and you know those tumbleweeds, right?
Yeah.
I had a tumbleweed, and that's the only thing that kept me up.
This is gonna make me look dumb. Is the Grand Canyon's in Arizona, right?
It's in Arizona. I think part of it's in like Utah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it sprawls.
Arizona and
Yeah.
Utah, because it's real big.
Yeah, it's huge.
But I honestly couldn't tell you. I'm not a Grand Canyonologist. So.
Grand Canyonologist. Speaking of other things that are huge, we had some divisional round action this past weekend, and we're gonna get into a recap. Let's start from the top. Grayson, give me the first game.
Oh man, you know how like we had Bradley all sad last week because of Justin Herbert?
Yeah.
I'm all sad this week because of my boy Josh Allen. Bills Broncos. I will say this: A+ game.
This game ruled.
Super great game.
Yeah, it was really good. Broncos 33, Bills 30.
In overtime.
In overtime, yeah. And honestly, the biggest story from this game is Bo Nix breaking his ankle or his foot on the second to last play of the game.
Yeah.
On what I believe was a kneel down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, I feel like it's also kind of retribution for the fact that Brandon Cooks caught the ball and then it got ripped once he was down and had full possession of the ball.
There's some arguments.
I'm gonna
made.
be completely honest. That's a pick. He didn't maintain possession of the ball.
I mean, here's my thing. Here's my argument. If you watch the playback and watch the replay of it, he never had full 100% possession, but by the time his knee hit the ground, he had both hands on the ball covered.
Yeah.
So by definition, it should have been okay.
Well,
I think we can all.
Here's what I'm going to say about it, because I know you two talked about it. It's my turn to talk now.
Go for it.
I think, and this might come off as a little critical, right? I think if one play would have made you win or lose the game anyway, maybe you just didn't deserve to win the game.
Yeah, I don't hate that take either.
Yeah. Looking at I just pulled the picture up on my computer. I'm going to show it to the boys. I have reversed my opinion. That's 100% a catch.
Yeah,
I don't know
listen,
how they didn't rule that a catch,
And
but
here's my thing more than anything. Why was it not reviewed?
It
'cause
wasn't at
here's the
all.
thing. Bears-Rams, very similar situation. Reviewed immediately. Extensive review. I forget what the call was on that one. It didn't really end up mattering to the game, I remember.
Yeah.
But on this one, why didn't we even get a review on it? Because, I mean, like, even if they would have reviewed it, ruled it an interception, would I have thought that was the incorrect call still? Sure. Would most NFL fans thought it was the wrong call still? Sure. But at least we got a second look at it.
What I don't understand is how the ACC in college football has the best review system possible, because they give you the insight into the review command center,
the
like
booth.
the ref headquarters, into the booth. But we can't get that in the NFL in the divisional round.
Yeah, and
we can't get mandated reviews on stuff like this.
And
Whenever you get calls from Las Vegas, man, that's the only call that matters.
Yeah,
man.
that was a Vegas called it in if I've
But
ever seen one.
I also 100%, I'm going to say this, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I 100% think that even if Brandon Cooks did catch that ball, I don't think the Bills would have won. I still think the Bills would have lost. So.
Yeah, and it didn't help that when they called it an interception and then the Broncos were driving down the field, the first pass interference was egregious.
Yeah.
That one was a little questionable. The second one on Tre'Davious White, he just straight up held him.
And then
I forgot he was running the route.
He was just
but
being a
held.
crybaby, you know.
Yeah, he was crying to the refs.
I'm not going to lie. That is the second pass interference. I almost understand the crash out on that one. Yeah. And I hate to say it, but like they're already in field goal range. I understand crashing out because you got nothing to lose at that point.
Yeah.
Other than just getting them a little closer. But I want to say this about the game. Josh Allen he had 4 turnovers by the end of it because that counted as an interception.
Yeah.
So, but we'll say 3 that really did matter.
Well,
he had 3 interceptions.
I think we'll say 3 definitive 100% interceptions.
Yeah, he had 1 interception, 2 fumbles.
Yeah.
You can't have that. But
this was not his best game.
do I think that this game is on Josh Allen entirely? No, because you're also playing the Broncos defense, and if the Broncos defense didn't get through 2 or 3 times, I would have been really shocked.
And I like that take. I don't think it's Josh Allen's fault, but for a different reason. Because I'm going to read you the stat line. 279 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. That's Bo Nix. If you ask me at any point in time in this season, hey, who do I think is more clutch, Josh Allen or Bo Nix? I wouldn't tell you Bo Nix.
Yeah.
So why is your defense allowing Bo Nix, who is maybe a top 50% starting NFL quarterback? Maybe he's in the top 16, right?
I'd give him top 15, like
Okay.
10 to 15, somewhere in there, yeah.
Cool. Because I was going to put him like 12.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
But then Josh Allen's easily top 5.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
You can't make any effort at all to, I guess, try to stop this guy because. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Is like, I just don't. The Bills of 6 years ago had a top tier defense, and this is just
It's gone.
And a top tier receiving core.
and a top tier receiving.
And it's pretty much been Josh Allen and James Cook carrying them the entire season. And against the defense like the Broncos like that in the playoffs, that's not going to do it.
yeah.
And bigger story from this game, longtime Bills head coach Sean McDermott fired, gone. And I agree with it.
I agree
I do
as well.
too.
Because we've been saying since the start of these playoffs that it's the Bills Super Bowl to lose.
Yeah.
They don't have to deal with Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, any of the usual suspects. Josh Allen and the Bills had to get it done this year, and they didn't. They got beat. Granted, one of the best defenses we've ever seen in the Broncos. But you're losing to Bo Nix. And they only put up 70 rushing yards. They could not rush the ball at all. It was pretty much on Bo Nix and Marvin Mims making plays everywhere.
Yeah, I want to just point out 2 stats, too, that just highlight kind of how this game went for the Bills. They outgained the Broncos by exactly 100 yards. If you're getting 100 more yards than another team, you should win the game.
Yeah.
Bottom line. But here's the difference. Here's the separating factor. One team had 1 turnover. The other team had 5.
Yeah.
Which team do you think is which?
Yep. I mean, you're not winning games with a -4 turnover differential.
You never should.
It doesn't matter how many yards you put up. It's just not going to happen.
Even if that Josh Allen catch or interception, whatever you want to call it, was overturned, you're not winning a game with a -3 turnover battle. Usually, you don't deserve to, at least.
No, absolutely not.
I don't get it. I think it was a good firing because it's kind of like the whole thing we were talking about, like where if you're at a company and all your CEO is doing is you're just going linear, you're not really, or you're just going linear straight. You're not really growing your business at all. It's about
Exactly.
time to move on.
It's been the same thing in Buffalo every single year, just losing in the playoffs.
And well, the thing that I want to highlight too with the McDermott stuff is just you had every opportunity, and this entire season the defense has done the same thing, where they're either like a top tier, right, where they're just tenacious, ferocious, any type of descriptor you want to put, or they're like doo-doo stinky, right?
Doo-doo stinky.
Like there's no in between, there's no consistency. They consistently have a top tier offense, and you just don't know what to expect from their defense. You know, they lose to teams that they definitely shouldn't lose to. They're the AFC's version of the Falcons, right? Just you don't know what to expect.
Except they've had relatively more playoff success. They've got the same amount of rings.
That's
0.
true.
Yeah, and I mean, I just want to bring up a question to you guys more than anything. We'll talk more about this in the offseason, obviously. By the way, we were just talking. We have some big plans for the offseason, so don't go anywhere once the season's over. Benchwarmers will continue, and Benchwarmers will be, honestly, arguably more fun in the offseason.
Oh, yeah.
We're going
to get wild and weird with it.
If you like our weird episodes where we just kind of go off the dome more, which this is not one of those episodes, we are very much so scripted this episode.
Yeah.
Not scripted, but you'll get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You're going to love the offseason. But I do want to bring up one discussion point real quick, because, again, I am a Josh Allen defender, and I probably will be till the day I die. But what wide receiver cores do you think are worse currently than the Bills? Because, I mean, obviously, like there are some, but, like, not a ton.
The Raiders.
Certainly the Titans.
Raiders, Giants.
Without Malik Neighbors.
Without Malik Neighbors. Let's just say all healthy, so we don't have to.
The Jets.
I would say currently Jets, Titans, currently the Raiders, though that could change this offseason.
Yeah.
They can start getting some moves going. But I'm even counting the tight end room. Even the Raiders have at least someone who's elite.
Yeah, Brock Bowers.
I do like Dalton Kincaid. I think Dawson Knox has some potential. But the hard part is just I don't know how you develop somebody like Dawson Knox.
I mean, I'm going to go ahead and say Dalton Kincaid was a first-round pick.
Yeah.
Harold Fannin this year was a third-round pick and put up more production in one season than I would argue Dalton Kincaid has since he got drafted.
That's fair.
I was about to say, I'm looking at PFF right now, just at their individual grades, and they're putting the Browns below them, which is honestly, that's a toss-up, honestly.
Yeah,
like, I feel like any given day, because I would much rather have, this is maybe crazy, I'd much rather have Harold Fannin than Khalil Shakir. I know they're different positions, but as my number one receiving target, I would much rather.
Yeah.
I mean, the Titans are honestly close. Like, especially if Iomanor and DK are on. It is a close matchup between who has the worst.
And if Ridley's healthy and playing.
I don't think Ridley is ever healthy and playing.
That's true. He's just not. But we're talking fully healthy, hypothetical, non-existent scenarios.
In a real world, I mean, in an ideal world, I think Calvin Ridley would put them over the edge.
I really think that there's only probably 2 or 3 wide receiver cores that are worse than the Bills.
And it came out, I think an article or some kind of rumor came out over the weekend that their GM, Brandon Beane, did not want to draft Keon Coleman.
You didn't watch that?
I watched the War Room where they were happy that he ran a slow 40 because they were like, oh, Keon Coleman's going to fall to us. But the GM apparently never wanted him.
So if there was like a podcast or something, and it was the Bills owner, and I think the Bills owner, when he was saying all this stuff, I think he was just trying to
generate some buzz.
Well, maybe generate buzz, but he also recently, their GM, he upgraded them to the president of football, I think, something like that.
Yeah,
and so I think he was trying to like defend his decision on why he did that, but
or maybe is it more like kind of signaling to potential head coach candidates that, hey, if you don't want to deal with Keon Coleman, we can just get him out of here. We can just get rid of him. We're not big fans of him either. We never really wanted the guy.
I guess it could be. I think if anything, it's a red flag for potential coaches because
I'm going to rip into that once we get into our coaching carousel talk because I have the most notes about the Bills right now.
Okay.
Let's keep moving on with with our chats about these games with a one-word response I have for the 49ers Seahawks game, and that one word is assault.
My one word is belt.
I was thinking atrocious.
This game was over before it even started.
The fact that within 6 seconds, I think it was 8 seconds was how long it took Rashid Shaheed to take it all the way to the house. The game was already over.
Yeah.
Yeah, he took the opening kickoff back, and I'm pretty sure it registered on the Richter scale.
It did.
Registered as a micro earthquake in Seattle, which isn't the first time that's happened.
Yeah.
Oh, and also I do want to point out the fact that this is so niche, but having Doug Baldwin do the flag raise made me very happy.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I did see that. I was like, oh, that's pretty neat.
I missed that. And credit to Seattle, they did not put a whole lot on Sam Darnold. He only threw the ball 17 times because they were playing up from the get. They just ran the ball down their throat. And Kenneth Walker had a day.
Yeah,
3 touchdowns in the most recent game in a contract year. He's going to get some money in the offseason.
Maybe this is a crazy take, and we'll get into Rams Seahawks and all the previews more in a minute.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I am genuinely 10 times more excited to see Seahawks Rams than I am whatever the Super Bowl matchup is.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
I'd say the winner of that game, we might be able to just chalk them as Super Bowl champion.
I mean, those are
Might.
Statistically speaking, this is the best. I saw it on Twitter, so I don't know how reliable this is, but statistically speaking, this is the best NFC championship matchup we've ever had.
Yeah.
I would agree.
Purely because the Seahawks are number 2 in total defense, number 3 in total offense, I think, and then the Rams are number 8 in total defense and number 1 in total offense. And then on top of all that, like all the actual stats, like points per game, they're 1 and 2. Defensive points per game, they're like both top 5. It is a ridiculous high power matchup, and I don't know who's going to win, honestly.
I mean, I don't either because like you said, this is just one of those. This is a historic game.
I mean, their previous 2 matchups, because they're divisional opponents, have been decided by a total of 3 points.
I'm just saying, whenever we get to our preview, I have an entire stat sheet pulled up, ready to go.
Okay.
That whenever I was reading it last night at 2 a.m., which did have an effect because I was reading it at 2 a.m.
Okay, for context, last night, I went to sleep about 11 o'clock last night, and I wake up this morning from a text from Greyson at about 1:30, 1:45 in the morning. He goes, sorry, guys, I can't sleep, but here's the outline for the episode.
Dude, I was hyped to get back in the studio.
Oh, yeah. We're so happy to be here, by the way.
But, I mean, I really have no notes on the 49ers-Seahawks games. The Seahawks just played a perfect game.
Yeah, they did everything right. They shut down the Niners completely.
Say what you want about Mike McDonald, but he's
a
master class at coaching.
Yeah, he is a darn good coach.
I mean, he just beat what many consider to be the best coach in the NFL by a lot.
If they consider him that, they should remember 2017?
2016.
2016.
Yeah.
Just remember, I don't put too much credit on Kyle Shanahan at all. So
Andrew never forgets.
Yeah.
Like an elephant
It's
in
like
that
a
regard.
st-
He'll
this is
remember
a
someone
steel
who's hurt him.
cage.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, do we just want to hop on to the next game that was also kind of boring? But
yeah, I'm down with that.
Let's do it.
Texans-Patriots, man.
CJ Stroud sucks.
He's awful.
Terrible. I was like ranting to myself in the car on the way here. He has regressed to the point of a complete shell of what he was his rookie year, even last year.
You and me might be better quarterbacks than CJ Stroud.
I swear.
and I have beef with you because you said this was a great game. It was bad because CJ
It was
Stroud.
bad because of CJ Stroud. Yeah, if the Texans could get anything going on offense, it would have been a lot better.
Yeah.
What they should have done is at halftime, they should have put in Davis Mills. The Texans would have won with Davis Mills.
The Texans, correct me if I'm wrong, they were undefeated this season when Stroud was out and Mills was in, and they looked better.
Yeah. No, we were discussing this on our text group chat. At halftime, all 4 of us unanimously said either CJ Stroud needs to have one more drive where he has to prove it, or just put Davis Mills in now.
Yeah. Did they put Davis Mills in at all?
They did not.
I mean, that's on the coaching.
CJ Stroud's in Cancun somewhere.
This is the playoffs, and if your quarterback at halftime has 3 fumbles, 4 fumbles, 4 interceptions at half. This is the playoffs. This isn't the regular season. Put your backup in who you know can perform just as good, if not better, than your starting quarterback.
He went 20 for 47. So he has less than a 50% completion rate. 4 interceptions.
Ugh.
I don't know how, it doesn't tell me how many fumbles he has. I'm pretty sure, which admittedly Drake May also fumbled a lot because the conditions were just trash.
Yeah.
But it was just fumble city. It was I don't even what did you call it? You called it something. I think it was you, Grayson? The fumble.
Oh, the fumble.
The
Yeah.
fumble, yeah. That was good.
Dude, yeah, it was a sloppy game, but it was kind of a fun game. Like
was.
when I say a bad game, I mean it like literally from the sense of a football standpoint. It was a
That's
bad
fair.
football game.
It was
Yeah.
fun to watch.
very fun to watch, yeah.
Very backyard.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
about to say,
if you're a fan of quarterbacks playing good offense, this was not your game.
Absolutely.
yeah,
But backyard football, top tier.
I went to my little brother's, while I was back home, I went to a lot of my little brother's 6th grade basketball games, and I think the skill being presented in those 6th grade basketball games was about on par of what this game was. But, like, it's one of these things where it's so interesting to watch these little 6th graders who are playing an organized basketball game with no basketball IQ and no basketball skill whatsoever.
Yeah.
Just like how it was really fun to watch no one be able to hold on to the football in an organized NFL game with a trip to the AFC Championship on the line where really neither team deserved to win, but shout out to the Patriots for getting it done.
Yeah.
By the way, I just want to make one note real quick. What was the final score of that one?
That was 28-16.
If CJ Stroud never went in that game, obviously one touchdown was directly because of CJ Stroud for the Patriots, but I would say 2 of them were because that one fumble that was so deep in their zone.
Yeah.
There was a free touchdown for Drake May and his guys. So,
Yeah.
realistically speaking, if CJ Stroud would have never entered into this game, the score hypothetically would have been 14-16.
Could have
And
been.
the Texans would be fighting for an AFC championship
Yeah.
against Jarrett Stidham. So,
Which is
I mean, that game, imagine a Texans-Broncos AFC championship.
CJ Stroud versus Jarrett Stidham.
Talk about ugly football games offensively. Oh, my goodness.
Final score 4-2.
Final
but
score 1-0.
that would have been a defensive showcase for the ages.
Yes,
though,
that would have been a masterclass for the fans of defense out there.
I'd say we would have had to postpone the show by a lot of times just because it would be like, all right, hey guys, so game is still going. We're in the 87th overtime. Oh,
Yeah.
Stidham drops back. He throws it, and it's intercepted.
It's intercepted.
Never mind, it was dropped.
Yeah, but this was just a fumble fest. Credit to the Patriots, though. They didn't even allow 50 yards rushing. Their rush defense has been their bread and butter all year.
The Patriots have kind of had this weird, underrated defensive psyche this entire season.
Yeah.
Honestly, to me.
They have.
Yeah, I mean they've got guys. Gonzalez was back for this game. That was huge. Stroud didn't really have anybody to throw to.
Well, and so I think throughout the season, the Pats had been the only place that they really slacked was like I guess the defensive secondary, and they've just for whatever reason they've just leveled the game up.
Yep.
Ever
They've
since
just, I mean,
playoffs.
the Marcus Jones pick 6 in this game.
Yeah.
I don't remember hearing the name Marcus Jones before this game.
I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So shout out to him. They got dudes.
Yeah, they do. Which is just kind of a classic Mike Vrabel team, honestly.
Oh
Like,
yeah. Yeah.
Y'all want to move on? Hit Bears Rams, which was
Oh my
That-
goodness.
that was a
both
solid
the
game.
Bears and the Rams have both created have combined to create probably the 3 best playoff games of these playoffs so far.
Yeah. Just final score: Rams 20, Bears 17.
And-
Can we talk about the Caleb Williams touchdown pass real quick?
And can we also just extend a moment of silence to Bears fans, just because that was brutal.
It was brutal.
All right, moment over.
Yeah. Caleb Williams, my goodness.
Fourth
there's
quarter,
a
Caleb
guy.
Williams is legitimately the greatest quarterback I've ever watched. But for 3 quarters leading up to that, he's not there.
No.
Not yet. He's taken major strides this year, but you need to play. You can't play from behind every single game
Yeah.
and expect to win.
Like you need to in your mind pretend that you're down by 10
From the
and-
get-go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just be like, this is the fourth quarter every quarter.
Which I think Ben Johnson could easily play some mind games or something because he's a very intense.
Yeah.
I'd say,
Individual.
yeah, exactly. Grayson's giving me a crazy eye.
I like I like every time they flash over to him, he's got the same Dan Campbell thing where he just has crazy eyes the whole time.
Yeah. But they the mentality of starting out down 10 already and you're just convincing Caleb Williams that he has to come back.
Yeah.
He might be able to play like he does in the fourth quarter for the entire game.
You would hope at least because,
Yeah.
like I said, just once again, masterclass in football, but only for 15 minutes.
Yeah. Me and my dad were talking about this game, and we were just like, he said something that I thought, but I could never put it into words. And like the second he said it, I was like, yeah, that makes total sense. Caleb Williams plays like a college player who was never made into a pro-style quarterback.
Yeah.
But it works so well. Like, like he looks like a college player still.
He looks
but not
raw.
in a bad way.
Yeah.
He just still looks like this like weird raw prospect. But again, he's not a raw prospect. That's just how he is.
Yeah, that's just how he plays.
It's kind of like watching it's kind of like how when you watch Shador this season, you're like, that kid's a college quarterback.
Yeah.
But like in a way of he needs more development. Caleb Williams, like, that kid's a college quarterback, but he's good.
Shador, if he runs backwards like Caleb Williams did, he gets sacked or throws an interception or an incompletion. Caleb Williams threw a darn touchdown pass running, 20 yards backwards and in the face of 3 Rams defenders.
I do remember that. That was nasty.
Holy
That was
cow.
gross.
Also, I just want to like give Caleb Williams some credit because the fact that he's just fully embraced every bit of like all this stuff, like the matcha, the wired earphones,
he's the
the
most
sweater, and like that one time he was on an interview, like the interview of him like grating the cheese, like the fact that he's pretty much just him. He's just embraced that like he's Iceman, you know.
He's the Iceman.
But like it's so funny.
Yeah. But this game was a lot of fun. I will give credit to Colston Loveland on the Bears. He's their best target, and he's awesome.
Yep,
I love
he's a
watching
monster.
Colston Loveland, and he got 10 targets this game, so they were trying to force feed him the ball. But unfortunately for the Bears, it did not work, and they're out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Another year filled with heartbreak and despair in the city of Chicago.
But it was a really good turnaround, and
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what they can do next season.
Yeah, I mean, this is the first year of the Johnson era.
Yeah.
And 11-6 with 2 playoff wins?
Well, and
Playoff win?
You look at how development guys come. You know, even Cortland's a rookie too. Yeah.
Yeah, Colston Loveland, yeah.
Yeah.
Loveland. I was thinking
And
Cortland's
Luther
son.
Burden. Yeah, they got Luther Burden too. All of those guys have been developing very well.
Yeah.
I could totally see the Bears. Put it this way, I could totally see the Bears winning a Super Bowl within the next 5-7 years.
The window's open.
But here's the problem. That window could close extremely fast, and it all depends on their defense. Because as young as their offense is, their defense is not that same way.
They don't have – I mean, they can't stop the run.
Exactly.
That's it.
I mean, their
And their
coverage
secondary's injured too.
secondary is great, but here's the thing. Their best player, which I will say he is the best safety in the league this year, and my pride and joy, Kevin Byard. But Kevin Byard's old.
He is. He's in his early to mid-30s.
And for safeties, like that's witching hour.
You're not playing after 35 for the most part. But, yeah, they got to get healthy on defense. They got to get more dudes on defense.
Absolutely.
It's someone else on the defensive line other than Montez Sweat because he's been good, but he cannot do it all on his own.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, overall, I feel terrible for the Bears because, like, we haven't given the Rams enough credit yet. The Rams played it out of their minds this game, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, they held a very potent Bears offense to only 17 points. That's impressive.
Well, and another thing with the Rams too though, is I think all season the Rams have been ranked higher than the Bears, and like for the Bears to get here, we saw them play really good games.
Yeah.
But
We also saw them play bad
Yes.
at times,
Yes.
and they've played teams close all year, and it gets to a point where the luck runs out, the magic runs out, and that's pretty much what happened here.
Yeah, and I also just want to say, and I think we said this last week as well, the Rams, because we said it last week like when they played the Panthers, the Rams feel like they start up 7 every game.
Yeah.
Just with how good they are.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like you're going to have to outscore them by 14 going into whatever quarter, going into the fourth, going into the third. Like, you feel like you literally have to actively be outplaying them because the Rams don't play themselves. It's actually ridiculous.
it is
Yeah,
ridiculous.
I mean, I can't think of a weak spot on the Rams.
Like, even the Seahawks, like, they can sometimes outplay themselves a little bit. Like, they can screw themselves over. The Rams have not screwed themselves over once, to my knowledge, this season.
Yeah.
I mean, other than really the Panthers game, but
and
that was
Even
that was kind of on
deserved.
that was
Yeah.
kind of on Stafford.
And they
yeah.
just got beat. Yeah, they just straight up got beat
yeah,
in that game.
they got bit by the Jungle Panthers.
Exactly. Y'all want to move into some awards, then get into the coaching carousel?
Let's do it.
All right. I'll kick it off here. Rock solid performance of the week. We mentioned him. I want to give it to Marcus Jones, man.
Yeah,
He had a
great
huge
game.
pick six, 4 huge punt returns, and he had 2 pass deflections as well, which isn't much, but everything he did, it felt like was crucial.
Impact player.
Huge.
all over the field. I'm going to give my rock solid performance. For 2 of these awards, I want to go ahead and preface this. We are not a college football show, but we did have the college football national championship on Monday. If you missed it, Indiana beat Miami, and who in this room picked Miami?
I mean, I picked Miami.
You picked Miami?
Yeah.
You're a darn fool.
No,
Indiana was going to roll them.
you two thought you were,
See, I
you
set
were
them
sitting
off.
up there. You were sitting there, and you're like, "Oh, Carson Beck's about to make this, right?" I will say this: I should have known Carson better because I am lifelong.
You've watched
Georgia
him do
fan.
that exact thing
every season.
every single season. No, I saw a stat that his only losses, like in his college career, came because he threw an interception with
Yeah.
a chance to win the game.
Well, and that's why they lost to SMU. Who was the other person that they lost
Louisville?
to? This?
They lost to Louisville, right?
Louisville, yeah.
I think Louisville.
Well, all their games they lost at the very last minute because Carson Beck threw an interception.
Yep. I will credit to Miami though; they did cover the spread. Anyway, getting back, rock solid performance of the week: Fernando Mendoza, Heisman winner, MVP of the national championship, and had pretty much the game sealing touchdown off of one of the most heartfelt, guttiest rushing touchdowns that I've ever seen, where he just dives through the end zone like John Elway.
We'll see, because I have more on him too, which I'll get into later. But my rock solid performance is going to be Kenneth Walker III.
Yeah.
Because he's a dog.
Absolute
And
dog.
Dogs gotta eat, bark, all that stuff that dogs do.
Dogs do a bunch of things,
Dogs
man.
do a lot. My dog, my dad, I woke up to a text this morning from my dad talking about how my dog pooped all over the floor. So he didn't use that language, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, probably more.
Effing dog just shat all over the floor. I was like, awesome, Dad. Good morning.
Good morning to you too, bro.
Yeah, but, man.
Okay. Hit some Unk of the Week, Grayson. Who you got?
Unk of the week, I feel like it's no one else. He didn't have the best performance, but the fact that Matthew Stafford is still balling out and overtook number 1 in MVP odds, got to give it to Stafford.
He is updated as the front runner according to, I think, VegasInsider.com is where I get my...
Though I will say, he did not score a touchdown this game. Which,
No.
Yeah.
looking back, I didn't realize, which, I don't know. I just didn't
Kyron
realize
Williams
that,
had 2, and then I think they kicked 2 field goals.
Didn't he have 4 turnovers though?
No. He lost 2 he fumbled twice, but did not lose
Oh,
one.
no, he got sacked 4 times. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah. My Unk of the Week, again, in college football, Kurt Signetti.
Yep.
Head coach
Okay.
of the Indiana Hoosiers.
Yeah.
He is, 26-2 during his time in Indiana, and his second year, 16-0.
Well, I guess so, because he hasn't lost at all this season.
He didn't lose it all this season. He's 26-2. They went 10-2 or 10-3 if you count. No, 10-2. Man, I don't know.
Something like that.
Kurt Signetti, he's the best coach in college football right now, and did in 2 years what certain coaches around the landscape failed to do in their entire tenure. But yeah, Unk of the Week, Kurt Signetti. I hope you enjoyed his beer.
Well, I hope he enjoyed his beer too, but for the record, he's the second best coach in college.
Well, I'm going off of recency bias.
I mean, you can go for recency bias. I'm going off of time-tested history.
All right. Okay. We'll see.
And I kind of think with Unk, you have to go with Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
If you want to do NFL.
Yeah. I kind of figured that we would all be picking Stafford because at this
He's like
point,
the only old guy.
at this point in the playoffs, there's not a lot of old guys left.
Yeah.
We're going to have the official voting once the season's over and the official award presentation ceremony, but it seems like Stafford's like minus 1,500 to win it, with the even closest guy is Joe Flacco.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I know somebody that I would potentially pick if I were voting.
Is it Myles Garrett?
No, it's a little man.
Little guy.
Somebody might know him as Phil.
Philip Rivers. Oh, Philip Rivers. Yeah.
There's some good Unk of the Years. That award show is going to be electric. We're hopefully going to have a lot of great guest award presenters and all that. But
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll try and get some studs.
We'll try to get Nicki Minaj in here for that one.
the Unk of the Week. My shocker of the week, and this is a weird one. I feel like my shockers are always just the weird ones. Not only the 49ers getting beat didn't shock me, but the 49ers getting beat into the ground and murdered and ripped apart. And
getting
that shocked
the
me.
brakes beaten off of them in the first quarter. Like from the first play from scrimmage, that game was pretty much over.
But you shouldn't be shocked though, because they did this 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Same thing happened. Wasn't it the same place? It was in Seattle too.
Was it the
No,
last
it was
game?
in 49. It was
It was
Santa
in
Clara.
San Francisco.
Yeah.
That's even worse. Yeah, so you should have seen it coming.
Also, I do just want to point out the fact that I don't know if any 49ers fans listen to the show, and I'm sorry to point this out to you, but there will be one of your rivals probably lifting a Lombardi in your home trophy here soon.
Oh, that's
Or in
gonna
your
suck.
home
home
stadium.
stadium. Yeah.
That's bad. That's next level.
That's going to be brutal. But my shocker of the week was probably the biggest shocker. Was it Saturday or Sunday night after the Bills-Broncos game? I forget which day that was.
Yeah.
But it came out like an hour after the game that Bo Nix had broken his ankle.
Yes.
We mentioned it earlier, but it just completely shocked me because it was on the second to last play of the game, which was a kneel down.
Yeah.
And I mean, they're going into the AFC Championship with Jared Stidham, who hasn't thrown an NFL pass in 2 years or something crazy like that.
Something like that. I think he's only played in 4 games, 6 games, something like that.
He played a few with the Patriots, but I mean, he wasn't anything crazy. So now he has to play his old team in the AFC Championship, and McDaniels, the OC for the Patriots, probably knows everything about the guy.
Probably.
So he might pop over to the defensive coordinator's office and be like, "Look, I got a packet on him." But yeah, my shocker of the week is Bo Nix.
Yeah, because see, I'm gonna say this because Bradley texted us and he was like, "Hey, Bo Nix broke his foot," and I was like, dude, that's fake news, right?
Yeah.
And then I looked it up because I even Googled it, and I was like, "There's nothing." I don't know where this man gets his information from, but he was quick on it.
He was quick.
Yeah, my shocker of the week, and this is huge. And maybe I shouldn't be shocked by this, but I am, right? How in the world is CJ Stroud, an NFL starting quarterback, still? Like, he should have been fired the minute they got off that field. Right?
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know who we're going to fire.
They're going to be debating picking up his 5th-year option in the offseason, which I will go ahead and say if they don't do it, that's crazy.
Well,
I mean, it's a 5th-year option on a rookie deal. So I would pay a rookie deal salary to CJ Stroud for 1 more year.
But I would also say I don't think it would be that crazy because you could easily get somebody else. Like, you could draft somebody else, and if you wanted to see how it develops, because CJ Stroud, it was this roller coaster ride, right? We hit the tip top. Now we're just woo.
It's been downhill since his rookie year. Like he's regressed even harder than Mac Jones did in New England, I would say.
Yeah. And it's getting worse every season.
It's getting worse every season, and it's to the point where, like, if it's a debate on whether Bryce Young is better than you, which is an actual debate going on right now amongst at least me in my own head.
Yeah.
That's not good.
No.
Because we know that Bryce Young has not been good for the most part. He's shown flashes. He's gotten a little bit better.
Yeah.
But rookie year, C.J. Stroud was elite. He
was.
was awesome.
Yeah, but then he turned into an Ohio State quarterback.
Yeah.
Old pumpkin.
Yeah, carriage turned back into a pumpkin.
So with that being said, can we just go ahead and unanimously give out our bum of the week? Because I feel like it's going to be unanimous.
Well, why don't you tell me your bum of the week? Because I don't know.
I actually have a double bum of the week. I have CJ Stroud and Bills owner Terry Pagula, just for this whole weird rant that he's been going on.
Yeah, that was one of the strangest press conferences I've ever watched.
Because anytime the GM would go to talk, he'd be like, "Yeah, now let me interrupt you here. That is awful." It was the strangest, most cucked interview I think I've ever seen.
It was just trashing
That's a good way to put it.
Completely threw Keon Coleman under the bus too.
Yeah, 100%. And
You
he's still
cannot-
on your roster.
I'll say I don't care if he dropped 13 straight game-winning catches in every game this season. I don't know what statement I just made there, but I don't care if he's the worst player on the team, has done everything bad.
Yeah.
You can't do that to your own player.
This actually works really well for Keon Coleman. I'm going to say this right. Just follow me for more life hacks. But Keon Coleman can get even more money because you could claim this is now a hostile work environment.
He can sue?
Yes. I think so. I would think so. Because your employer just went on national television and told the world, "I don't like you. I never wanted you here." And So Keon, I'm just giving you advice.
Keon, you
right?
could buy so many cookies with that.
Yeah,
Dude,
so many cookies.
Get in contact with some kind of workplace lawyer.
And whenever you do it, I'm asking, this is just simple request. We want 10%, right?
Yeah, we want 10%. Yeah. We will represent you. The three of us collectively can...
Not legally, but we'll help you get a lawyer.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'll find someone.
We'll provide counsel.
But
or whatever's legal.
I do want to say that is not my bum of the week, though.
Okay.
My bum of the week also comes from college. And it's actually Francisco Mendoza.
Fernando Mendoza?
Fernando Mendoza.
Really?
That name, yes. Because he played so well, he 100% is either going to go to the Raiders or the Jets.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You're supposed to blow it, dude.
Yeah,
that way
man.
you get like you'd be like a late first round pick, you know? Now you're a front runner. This ain't looking good for you, dude. So
yeah.
Yeah, either he needs to just pull out of the draft, wait for a different year, kind of like Dante Moore.
Mm-hmm.
Or you're done. I'm sorry, I can't help you there.
Yeah.
Hey, he's not going to the Browns, though. I don't think
he's steering clear of Cleveland. Lucky for him, but unfortunately, Vegas or New York is not a good place to play quarterback.
Arguably much worse than the Browns right now.
Yeah, all these like little sweet LinkedIn interviews where it's like, I'm so proud of my team. I'm just really happy right now. He's gonna be like,
and then oh my word, talking about live television. He's like,
yeah,
I will die for my team. Yeah. Oh, brother, you're about to find out with the Raiders.
Yeah, and then by like week 3, he's like, man, I hate this place.
I'm retiring for mental health purposes.
Yeah. The Raiders ownership was at Hard Rock Stadium for the national championship, pretty much stalking Fernando Mendoza around the entire facility, and they're like, you will die for your team, right?
Yeah.
We're making sure that you're willing to do that.
Absolutely. I'll even put that in the post-game interview.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, his mom has some condition with her legs.
It's
where
like
she's
multiple sclerosis.
Yeah. Yep. She's no longer able to walk anymore, and oh god, this is awful. It's so cool because Fernando Mendoza will be in the same situation within the next 5 seasons.
Good Lord. Yeah, either place he goes, it's going to be bad.
It's rough.
My first bum of the week, I also had two. One of them, C.J. Stroud. The other one, Miami Hurricanes cornerback Ethan O'Connor, number 24. For the entire game, he was just getting sauced by Charlie Becker. Is that his name? Number 80?
Yeah.
White boy.
That's your friend, isn't it?
That's my boy.
The back shoulder fade that from Mendoza to Becker was unguardable. Number 24 just could not guard it. And he got cooked the entire game, and it eventually bit him in the rear.
Another bum I just want to shout out Isabella Danger.
Yes.
Also, I do want to leave a funny little factoid in here about how many times ESPN would just flash her in the stands like she was some random fan.
Well, I only saw her once.
Oh, I saw her a couple times, and I told my girlfriend this, right? Because every time they would flash to her, I was like, they're about to get a first down, they're going to get a touchdown. Every time they did. If they flash to anybody else, and they're about to turn it over. Yeah. Right? The same thing with the pick at the end, right? They flashed to some random crowd. I looked at my girlfriend. He's about to throw an interception. And he threw an interception, right? All I'm saying, it's certain movie stars
of the adult variety.
Yeah, adult variety. It's like a game we can play now, right? And because Las Vegas is so entwined with football now, you know, you could tell.
So just like if they put a porn star on the screen, bet next play interception.
Yeah.
Or drive-ending interception. Yeah.
No, because it was always a touchdown.
This is not legal gambling advice.
Yeah, but I would do it.
Hypothetically. I do want to give an honorary Unk of the Week mention to Michael Irvin, who, despite going skiing for an entire week in Miami, couldn't motivate the boys to win a national championship. Even though he was on the sidelines, like on all fours, barking like a dog.
They were motivated.
Oh, they were motivated.
Carson
they had
Beck.
all the guys out there. They had Michael Irvin, Ed Reed, Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis, I'm pretty sure he looked at Carson Beck and said, if you throw a pick right here, I'm going to kill you.
With that being said, we are so sorry that Carson Beck is now dead.
Yeah,
no, he's
Kylie, I will comfort you if you need it.
That will do it for our first segment. We're going to take a quick break, hit you guys back with a coaching carousel talk.
Oh, yeah.
After an extended break, we are back. Not an extended break for you guys, an extended break for us. We
took a cool 10.
Yeah.
About that.
We were just chilling, talking. But let's just get right into something that we haven't been able to talk about yet because there's been a lot more content. But
Yeah.
we have 4 games to recap and 2 games to talk about. So we're officially getting into the coaching carousel,
Which has been very hot and spinning very fast recently.
which I would love to have a sound effect like a do or something. But
Like some kind of carnival type thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we still don't have the soundboard updated or cameras, but we'll get that eventually.
hopefully.
Yeah, because
Maybe.
they did say that they finished installing most of the at least one of the cameras, because it does have power. We don't
Yeah.
know where the output cord is.
There's 3. We're looking at a camera right now in the studio across from myself and Andrew behind Greyson, and the camera has power. But we're pretty sure that's the only thing it has because there's 3 plugins on the back, and none of us are camera experts. But yeah, we're waiting on that. Alex, if you're listening, we love you. And with that being said, what's the update on these? Comment down below.
I'm just going to give you guys kind of how we're going to roll with this today. So we're going to roll first with the teams who've gotten their head coach. Then we're going to go to the teams who have gotten not their head coach, but something else of importance. So coordinator, GM, what have you, which most teams who were fired a coach also fired a GM, but whatever.
Yeah.
And then we're going to get into the whole Bills situation. Then we're going to get into the teams who don't have coaches yet and who they're favorited to land.
Okay.
First and foremost, we're going to go pretty much in order of how these things happen. Let's get to the Giants. Really the biggest hiring move of the offseason happened as the first hiring move. They get John Harbaugh at head coach. They get Todd Monken at offensive coordinator.
So they just steal the Ravens staff? Or, I mean, they got John Harbaugh. He brings his guy with him.
Defensive coordinator has not been decided yet.
Yeah.
But, and I've done a lot of research into all these. There's literally nothing about who they want as their defensive coordinator right now. Because,
I mean, they might just be throwing a dart at a board, seeing where it lands.
I'll tell you who would be a really good defensive coordinator who's had a lot of really good success at different other teams. Raheem Morris, right?
Yeah,
he was with
he's
the Rams.
looking for a job.
Was it with the Rams or the Bucks? Both? I think it was both, yeah.
I don't remember. I knew he was with the Rams. I don't remember anything before that.
Yeah. But yeah, I think he would have been be a good pick for a
Raheem Morris is out there. How do we feel about Harbaugh to the Giants?
I don't feel like this is gonna sound really weird. I feel like I love the hire. First of all, this is a really crazy fun fact for you guys because like we're so used to the coaching carousel being like you took 11 NFL stops, now you're finally a head coach. This is only Harbaugh's 3rd NFL job. He started as the Eagles special teams coordinator, then he jumped straight to the Ravens head coach.
Wow.
Then now he's the Giants head coach. Isn't that weird?
I think it's a little weird.
So did he come from college as the Eagles special teams?
Yeah, he was in a college role. He was a special teams coordinator in college too, though.
Oh,
he must be really good at special teams.
Yeah, apparently. But anyways,
just not with the Ravens.
I was gonna say I think that he was a really good hire just purely based off who he is.
Yeah.
I hate to say though, I don't know if he really fits the Giants culture.
I don't either. I'm not terribly excited about this hire. He's never really been a play caller. That was more, he let that up to his coordinators like Monken, Greg Roman. Remember that over the years because everyone hated Greg Roman if you were a Ravens fan.
Yeah.
Because he was the one calling the plays and the plays did not work.
Yeah.
But Harbaugh's a winner. I'll say that. He brings a winning culture to New York that they have not had since Pat Shurmur and Eli Manning.
Yep.
Like over 10 years ago now.
Yeah.
So a needed, necessary change, but not for Giants fans, I'm sure they're over the moon.
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't know. It's weird. I don't really know how to feel about it.
Now let me say this about Harbaugh before you get into your rant, Andrew, because I do want to say one thing.
Yeah.
Harbaugh has had only ever been the head coach of 2 quarterbacks, Flacco and Lamar.
Yeah.
The year that he went in was Joe Flacco's rookie year. Now, obviously, he got Lamar.
It was in 2000.
Who the heck is Lamar?
Lamar.
I think he a rookie.
Harbaugh started in 2008, right?
I think so.
Yeah, because that was
08,
Flacco's
09,
rookie
something
year.
like that.
Yeah.
Bottom line is that he's always had, and Flacco was a good prospect.
Oh, yeah.
So was, I'm just going to keep calling him Ramar now.
Ramar, yeah.
And so was Ramar.
Yeah.
But, like, By the way, I promise you I'm not making fun of any stereotype when I say Ramar.
He genuinely just mispronounced
I genuinely
it.
just mispronounced it, but I'm going to still say Ramar because it's kind of funny.
Can I just say something to that? John Harbaugh couldn't win a Super Bowl or hardly a playoff game with Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry.
Yeah. So
And now you have to go develop a quarterback pretty much from scratch.
yeah, I was literally about to say, here's the thing. Flacco and Ramar
Yeah.
came into the NFL as very complete looking prospects.
Yeah.
And that was kind of their whole thing.
Well, I don't know, because the big the big negative with Lamar Jackson was everybody thought he was just a glorified running back.
Yeah.
So I do think, not to cut you off, I do think that John Harbaugh can develop talent. And just because and once again we can say that it's Joe Flacco, who is probably a Hall of Famer,
Yeah.
and Lamar Jackson, who is
He's on his way to be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. He's what's the word? Annual candidate for MVP.
Yeah.
Right. I don't necessarily think Jackson Dart has the ceiling that either of those two have, but I don't think his floor is terribly different.
No.
No. I think that this team will see a big turnaround. And I want to talk also about Todd Monken for a second. Todd Monken is very good. He's been their offensive coordinator for 4 seasons. He's very good at first glance. He's averaged the 9.25 ranked offense. But I want to bring up something. In his first year, I had the 19th ranked offense, then the 4th, then the 3rd, then the 11th. So it's not like this average is being seen a lot.
Yeah.
It's just that it's either really good or low level.
Yeah.
And especially with the first year, you would kind of expect it to be,
Yeah.
You're still greasing the wheels and everything. So
Yeah, and Harbaugh, he was never bad in Baltimore. The Ravens have never been bad, as long as I can remember. So the Giants have good young players on offense and defense. They've already got starting caliber quarterback, running back, and wide receiver. Arguably very good players. Jackson Dart, Cam Scadaboo, and Malik Neighbors when healthy. And on defense, they've got Abdul Carter, Kayvon Thibodeau. They've got some guys.
Yeah.
Good young guys that a winning coach can come in and develop the way he wants to. I said at the start that it was kind of a nothing hire for me, but I convinced myself into, all right, let's see what Harbaugh can do. Granted, if he doesn't win, he's out in 2 years.
yeah,
Agreed.
Yeah, the New York, the media will eat him alive. But yeah, I think that's all I've got to say about Harbaugh.
Yeah, I think it's a good hire. I don't really have much to say about Todd Monken. I guess we'll see there.
Yeah. This is the most like we'll see hire of all of them,
Yeah.
which is kind because like usually when you hire a head coach, it's like you kind of know what you're going to end up getting, even if it's like an offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator coming in.
Yeah.
Kind of know what you're going to be getting. But for Harbaugh, he has always just purely been a head coach.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Like because a lot of these even Liam Cohen, he doesn't call their plays.
he doesn't specialize in any specific area. He's just he's jack of all trades, master of none kind of thing.
Yeah.
He can do everything very well, but not to the best that some head coaches that don't do other things as well can do the thing. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, like, there's a lot of those guys. Like, even like Mike McDonald he's kind of their offensive guy. You know? Like, obviously,
Vrabel's a defensive guy.
Yeah, obviously, Clint Kubiak helps a lot. But like, at the end of the day, John Harbaugh has never been a coach who is just kind of like taking the reins or taking control of anyone. Yeah. He's very much so a laid-back coach, which will be really interesting with the Giants because they don't really fare well with these kinds of coaches.
I will say his opening press conference, did y'all see it?
I did not.
He
Fantastic.
was very happy to be there.
Yeah,
he
fantastic.
he looked like he was having the time of his life.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I guess the Mars treated him right.
Yeah. Well, and I have one, I guess, concern with this hire, and it isn't necessarily a hire issue, but he has a lot of young talent. That's good. All his young talent, though, already has a laundry list of injuries,
Yeah.
and he historically has not done really well with managing players that get injured often. So I think that would be interesting to see going forward, but I don't think it's a bad hire. I can't sit here and say that
he's a good coach. He'll bring a good culture in there. But he's got to win. He's got to win and he's got to develop.
Yeah, 100%.
He doesn't have to make the playoffs first year by any means, but I mean, also can't go 2-15.
Yeah, I totally agree. All right, moving on. As we usually do, we haven't gotten to do this in a couple weeks because the Falcons haven't been playing for a couple weeks, but the Falcons get Kevin Stefanski at head coach, Tommy Rees at offensive coordinator, and Jeff Ulbrich will stay at defensive coordinator. Andrew, take it away.
I like the Jeff Ulbrich 100%. That's like something I'm really passionate about.
Mm-hmm.
I like the Kevin Stefanski pick. I like how we hired him. You can say whatever you want. A lot of other Falcons fans are talking about, he coached the Cleveland Browns, and it was rough. If you look, just throw this out there, right? There's a guy who coached, I can't remember the years, but in the mid-'90s, he coached the Cleveland Browns also for 5 seasons. Kevin Stefanski, who coached the Cleveland Browns for 5 seasons, and this other coach have a very similar win-loss ratio.
Can I guess who that head coach was?
Guess who that head coach is?
Is that head coach Bill Belichick?
That head coach is, in fact, Bill Belichick.
Interesting.
Yes.
How about that?
How about that?
Yeah.
So
Kevin Stefanski is going to win 6 Super Bowls with the Falcons. Well, is that what you, Andrew Patterson, would like to attach your name to at this time?
I'm saying that I don't want to take somebody who has similar numbers.
Okay.
And I don't want to give him benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Right.
But they both did. Did the Browns go to an AFC championship, or they almost made it to the AFC? Yeah, they almost made it because the Browns in the '90s were pretty decent. Like they were all right in the AFC. They never made it to a Super Bowl, but. Yeah, that's an interesting comparison. I like it.
It is. Yeah.
There's a lot of people. There's either Falcons fans that love this hire, or there's Falcons fans that absolutely hate this hire.
There's a lot that hate this hire. I think a lot of people want to Clint Kubiak.
Yeah.
Which I don't. I think that would have been a great pick too.
Sure. Yeah.
I think the thing that I'm most maybe troubled with is the offensive coordinator hire.
I was about to say something about that.
Okay. Yeah.
Rees was at Alabama, right?
He was at Alabama.
Yeah.
Excuse my French here. Why the hell is Tommy Rees getting another offensive coordinator job? He has so far with Cleveland in the pros, he has had the 31st ranked offense.
Yeah.
Last year, the 32nd ranked offense. Why on God's green earth did he get another shot at this? Well, now, I will say, much better players. Yeah. Much better players.
Significant.
Yeah.
But I don't think that you'll see with a lot of my opinions on this. I think that if you are going to be, this is ultimately kind of a promotion for him. This is you getting to follow your coach who you've been with instead of just letting die. At this point.
You get to play with a better team, better stadium, better ownership,
better. Well, probably not better fans.
Yeah.
That's probably the only thing that we don't have on the Browns.
But you got to be proven to me, and I think Tommy Rees is now if he was getting hired to the Georgia Tech
Yellow
Jackets or even the Georgia Bulldogs, a college team in that Atlanta area, sure, he has a lot of college success. Pros he hadn't shown it yet, so I don't understand the offensive coordinator hire here. But
I think it's just kind of like Harbaugh bringing Munkin with him to New York. It's just a head coach wanting to keep some kind of consistency with their coaching style, and they're in their new house.
Yeah. I will say though, I will give Kevin Stefanski his credit. Kevin Stefanski is an offensive-minded head coach,
and a great one at that. We forget he took the Cleveland Browns almost to the AFC Championship,
and he does get the best out of his players. I think
he does absolutely. Speaking of him and his players, Baker Mayfield hates him. Did y'all see the drama with that?
Yeah. I did, yeah.
Yeah, Baker came out on Twitter and said something along the lines of, I'm still waiting for a text for being shipped off like garbage out of Cleveland, and I'll be looking forward to playing him twice a year.
I think me and Joe Thomas have, because I saw Joe Thomas responded. Very similar.
Defending Stefanski.
Yeah, phones do work 2 ways, and, I guess we can get on Twitter and do whatever,
Yeah.
But if you have a problem with somebody, dude, just give them a call. It's really not that hard.
No, I mean,
you can even leave a voicemail. If he doesn't pick up, just be like, hey, I just wanted to I don't know. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't have problems with people, right?
I see Baker's point, but I also see Stefanski. I see why he just didn't do it because, I mean, players get traded in the NFL. That's how it works. You lose your job. It happens.
Yeah. And
Of course, Baker
admittedly-
feels slighted because he has his whole career.
I mean, yeah. And admittedly, right, if your boss is like, hey, you know, we're firing you, like your manager doesn't, at least for me, right?
Yeah.
They don't reach out and they're like, hey, you know, I'm so sorry. Like usually you get fired by one guy and then you don't talk to anybody on the team. Like you might have like one or two dudes, but
Yeah, if you make some buddies, but
yeah,
I mean,
exactly. Because like I guess I got laid off last year, right?
yeah,
And like I'm cool with my boss. We have an email, right? It's not.
yeah.
I like my boss.
you
I
don't
made
hate
an
the
album
guy.
with my boss. But like,
that rules.
yeah, it does rule. It's pretty good album too. But like, there's no harm, no foul. Like stuff happens. It's okay. So I don't know. I mean, I hope that gets figured out because he's gonna see him twice.
Yeah, I was about to say that's going to be fun. The first Falcons-Bucks game.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Moving on, now me and Abe get the
Yes.
spotlight here.
Oh my goodness, yes.
We'll keep it brief. But Titans get Robert Saleh.
Woo!
And my initial thoughts are, first of all, fantastic hire, I do think.
I love it.
Saleh is he is a genius at defensive coordinator. There's never been a year where he has, even with the Jets, there's never been a year where he has not had a top 10 defense, and he averages about the third best defense in the league.
Yeah.
That's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, we hired Saleh. We kept John Fassel, I think his name is. Excellent special teams coordinator.
Yeah, I was going to say, which is an extremely underrated keep.
Yeah, I'm so glad we kept him in the building. And Denard Wilson, our DC, is gone. Still looking for an OC, but...
Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, we don't really need a great DC at this point
No.
because Robert Saleh is, like, even at the Jets, he was, like, and they've already announced that he will be the defensive play caller.
Good.
Like,
Very good.
Now, I
Jeffrey
will say
Simmons
this.
is so hyped.
I'm going to, did you see his whole post?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
he always says LFG, but, like, actually LFG. But on his Instagram story, he did not say LFG. He said, let's effing go.
Yeah, he's hyped, and I love it.
I love it, but I'm going to say one thing. Now the Titans absolutely, totally, completely need a great offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Now, with this being said, it has been confirmed that if Brian Daboll is not hired as the Buffalo Bills' next head coach, he will be the Titans' offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
However, that's a huge if. And it also scares me because I could see the Bills waiting till the very end of this cycle to actually make that call and make that decision.
Yeah.
And at that point, we're going to have to fish for somebody. So,
Yeah. And even if we don't get Dable, like, I'm not excited or ecstatic, but I'm okay with promoting Hardigree, the quarterback's coach that took over the OC
he's
job. Who I think he took over play calling after Brian Callahan got fired.
but I mean, I almost said if I was the Vols. If I was the Titans, I feel like I would look into teams like who's the Patriots run game coordinator? Who's
the Patriots rush defense coordinator?
Yeah,
Something like that.
Yeah, like stuff like that. Like
A good position group.
Now, not the Rams passing game coordinator because he'll probably get hired. That's Nathan Shielhasi, and Shielhase. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'm so sorry if you listen to the show, Nathan.
Yeah.
But he'll probably get hired as a head coach somewhere. But like, look at those passing game coordinators. Look at the quarterbacks coaches. Look at the wide receiver coaches. I mean, shoot, look at the Seahawks wide receiver coach. I don't know who that is, but look at him.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't know. I just think the Titans Daboll will be perfect because he is a great quarterback developer, and we've already seen that.
And hasn't he said that he would love to come coach Cam Ward?
Yeah, he literally has said, like, on record, he is either going to be the Buffalo Bills head coach with his all-time favorite player, Josh Allen, or he will go coach one of his favorite draft prospects ever.
Yeah. But going back to Saleh, I think I can speak for Grace and I both here that we are extremely
ecstatic,
over the moon. It was pretty much between Saleh, Mike McDaniel.
Say the other name, and I'll make the sound effect.
The
other name. The other possible coaching name.
Mike McCarthy?
No, he
Nagy.
Oh yeah. Okay. Speaking of this I saw a report that Borgonzi, our GM. I'm saying R because I love the Titans. I'm actually wearing my Oilers Earl Campbell jersey right now.
last time we were good. No, I'm just kidding.
Right. But it was, I think, rumored or reported by some Titan, maybe Teron Davenport,
Yeah.
that Borgonzi wanted Matt Nagy because Borgonzi came from Kansas City. Matt Nagy, offensive coordinator in Kansas City. We did not want Matt Nagy.
No.
Absolutely not. But it was the ownership. Amy Adams Strunk. We've called her a terrorist this year. We've called her many, many things off mic. But she stepped up and she said, no, we are getting Robert Saleh. We got him.
Yeah. Thank you, Miss Amy.
Thank you, Miss
for
Amy.
doing something. Yay, you.
Finally.
Yeah.
Hey, better late than never.
Yeah. So, again, my final thoughts
Should have
for the
never fired
Titans
Vrabel.
are, should have never fired Vrabel, but Robert Saleh was a great hire.
He reminds me of Vrabel. I mean, he's a tough, fiery defensive guy.
Yeah.
And he's bald.
But my goodness, have we ever needed an offensive coordinator more?
Than we do now.
It sounds crazy to say this. The offensive coordinator might be more pivotal than our actual head coaching hire.
The head coaching hire fixes the defense.
Yeah.
In my opinion, pretty much immediately.
Yeah.
Because Saleh's a great defensive guy. Everyone knows that. Offensive coordinator, we got to nail it.
Yeah.
Have to nail it.
Also, I do want to shout out the fact that Liam Cohen is going to get to. Have you seen all that stuff?
No. Oh, Liam Cohen and Robert Saleh do not like each other.
hate
They
each
do
other.
not like each other.
Like, okay, what happened though was I forget the full timeline, but I know Saleh called Liam Cohen out for something. Then after the game this year, Liam Cohen went to shake his hand, then kind of two-faced him.
Yeah.
He was like, keep my name out of your effing mouth. Like full Will Smith style.
Yeah.
And then he was yelling at him, and then
name out your
I will say this, like totally unbiased. Like Robert Saleh is one of the baddest men in the NFL too.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
you know,
You don't mess with Bob
and
Saleh.
like he looked right at him dead in the eyes. He's like I'm gonna do whatever I want to do, and
Beast.
And Cohen was like, well, if you don't, like, bad things are gonna happen. Then Saleh said, I'll effing kill you. So,
He's a psycho. I love it. I love it.
That rivalry is officially renewed for 2 times a year.
Okay.
Let's get into the Dolphins.
Wait, real quick. For just a name I want to throw out for the Titans offensive coordinator. You remember Bobby Slowick? The man behind C.J. Stroud's rookie year. He is currently the senior passing game coordinator for the Miami Dolphins.
Not a bad name at all.
Honestly, give me Slowick. Yeah. Call him.
The bottom line is that there's a lot of really great options on the board. We just got to get one of them.
Yeah. I would agree.
Yeah. I am going to kick it over to the Dolphins now, as they are the first team we get to talk about with a new GM hire. So
yeah, this is I think the first time in a very long time that the Dolphins have had a clean slate in the front office and head coach office.
Which, good God, they need it.
They needed bad. They needed a GM and a head coach on the same page for once.
If the Cardinals did not exist, this would be by far the worst situation in the NFL to dive into.
Yeah.
You have no major pieces outside of, oh my God, I almost said Raheem Mostert. My brain's over today.
Devon Achane.
Achane.
Yes.
You got nothing outside of Achane, and you can't really do much with just an elusive
they
running
still
back.
have, who's that?
Waddle?
Waddle. Yeah,
Yeah,
Jalen Waddle.
they got Jalen Waddle.
But I think he's a great wide receiver, too.
Yeah, he's not a wide receiver one.
I think he has wide receiver 1 potential, you know.
And 2, is he gonna be a Dolphin next year?
Oh, I don't think
I would
so.
assume no. But
I think he's probably done.
I'm going to go ahead and drop my early prediction because Jeff Hafley is their new hire, former defensive coordinator of the Packers.
Who
Immediately I'm calling my shot and saying that Malik Willis will be the starting quarterback for the Dolphins next year. And I'm not even joking on that, honestly.
you're dead serious.
I'm dead serious.
Oh.
I'm not saying that you're incorrect, but I am saying that they have a wonderful guy. I'm not sure how long his contract is. Zach Wilson.
Well, they do have Zach Wilson.
And Quinn Ewers.
And Quinn Ewers.
And Quinn Ewers. Whichever one you want to go for. I think Zach Wilson has a lot of upside.
Yeah, they're
No,
not good.
You say that. Zach Wilson, we have to remember, Zach Wilson was on the Jets. And he had some success while he was on the Jets.
He had a little bit.
The
coming in relief of Aaron Rodgers.
But he was on the Jets.
He
the
was
most
on the Jets.
successful moment of his career was banging his teammate's mom, Andrew.
I mean,
Yeah.
look.
And did he beat the Chiefs or almost beat the Chiefs
He
that
did.
one game?
Oh, yeah. Wait, never mind. I take it back. The second greatest achievement was banging his teammate's mom.
Yeah.
Which gangster move.
Yeah.
You can't.
Good for him, man.
Good for him.
I just fully think I think that you could really develop Zach Wilson. I feel like Zach Wilson has a lot of talent. And I think that everybody is saying that Zach Wilson isn't very good, but we have to remember he was on the Jets, and
Yeah.
he made.
I mean, look at Sam Darnold. He got other chances. Grayson's making a face.
Zach Wilson's married now.
Oh my goodness, really?
No shot. Yeah.
Well, he's
Some girl named Nicolette Delano, who is now obviously Nicolette Wilson.
She's probably a model.
100%. Well, I mean, he's
Especially with a
Mormon,
name like
so
Nicolette.
Yeah, no, she definitely is. Good
wow.
for him, man.
Hey, good for him.
I will say Zach Wilson's one of like the least hateable players in the NFL. He's just such a funny story in general.
Yeah. He got drafted second overall because of one throw at the combine.
Yeah.
We all remember it. The crossbody, like 60-yard dot.
He created the Zach Wilson, Anthony Richardson effect.
Yeah. Oh, my
Okay.
goodness.
But then
for him.
also,
Smoke Show.
Yeah.
I do
Shout out
wanna-
Zach Wilson.
I do want to also briefly mention the more interesting hire here. John Eric Sullivan, who is their new GM.
Yeah.
He was with the Packers, which being with the Packers is kind of weird because where they're publicly owned, they don't have an owner. They just have a GM.
Yeah.
And this guy was basically the second in line to their GM, but apparently he was the big orchestrator of the Micah Parsons trade. Apparently. And apparently he's also been kind of a cornerstone guy for a lot of their big front office moves. And he's more the ideas guy, is what I've been reading here.
The Packers have had good drafts over the past couple of years, so
yeah.
I mean, if he was behind that, then I mean, the Dolphins got a great guy.
I would say I think that, and this is another thing with the Titans, where I think a lot of this hire will depend on the coordinators because they have not said anything. Neither coordinator has been fired yet,
Okay.
or rehired by another team. Now they probably won't be, but like whatever.
Yeah.
They have not made a decision on the coordinators at all. They've not even mentioned it. So I think a lot of this hire will depend on the current coordinator because now I'm going to also say something about Halfley. Of all the hires we've talked about so far, this is probably the weakest hire.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I don't really know a whole lot about Halfley.
I'll give you a little bit. So Packers, he's been their defensive coordinator for 2 years. That is his only true NFL experience. He's a college guy. The Packers were 5th and 12th in yards, and I understand the 12th was probably a drop-off from once Micah Parsons left.
Yeah,
But-
they were injured for a good part of this
And I will
year.
say this. Here's how he went. He was the Boston College head coach
Oh, yeah, he was.
for 5 years. Then left. It was partially left, partially fired.
Yeah.
Then he went to the Packers as their defensive coordinator. And he wasn't initially hired as their defensive coordinator. He got like promoted in like 2 weeks. I think it was some weird thing.
Okay.
Was there for 2 years and now he's here. I understand that he has had 2 good defenses, but he's had 2 great player sets with those defenses. I don't like this hire personally. This is the first hire of the day where I don't think it's that great. A lot of it will depend on the coordinators though. Though I will say John Eric Sullivan seems to be a great hire, but
Yeah.
he might have just carried over his own guy at this point.
I mean, for cohesion, for running a well-oiled unit, which the Dolphins are looking to be, why not? Why not bring over guys from a team that knows how to win and has won over the past few years?
Yeah, I don't hate that at all, but
No.
I don't think
give the guy a shot.
yeah.
Personally, I don't really know a whole lot about Jeff Halfley.
I think he's also going into a really terrible situation, so I don't know if he will even last that long.
Yeah. It is a really rough spot to be in.
Yeah. And then next one we're talking about, we're kind of jumping around a little bit here, but it's kind of funny. Whenever I sent out this thing, I said the Baltimore is heavily, with bold and uppercase, heavily favored to land Jesse Minter,
And
it
then
happened.
Earlier today, about 3 o'clock, right before we started heading over here to the studio, the Ravens got him. They got
Now,
their guy.
One thing I will say about Jesse Minter, same thing about Halfley. He does not have a ton of NFL experience. He's a great defensive coordinator,
Yeah.
but he has very little coaching experience at the NFL level. He has some college level coaching experience, but not a lot of NFL coaching experience. So of all the hires so far, this is most certainly the most intriguing hire.
Yeah, his name started popping up really hot like over the past couple weeks as a potential head coach candidate. And if I was being completely honest, until about an hour ago, I thought he was an offensive coordinator just because maybe a little bit of dyslexia or something like that. But
I mean, there's
this is Baltimore's 4th head coach ever.
Shout out him, man. That's
Shout out
pretty
to
sweet.
him. He's going to a franchise that wins, and if he doesn't win, that would be the first.
Now I'm gonna say this: he has a lot of really good success in his coaching resume. Now I'm gonna skip like the major stuff like the minor stuff. From 2013 to 2016, he was Georgia State's defensive coordinator. Then he was hired directly there to the Ravens initially as a defensive assistant. Then he eventually worked his way up to the defensive backs coach for 1 year. Then he was Vanderbilt's defensive coordinator. Then, get ready for this, Michigan's 2022-2023 defensive coordinator for 2 seasons. Those were the 2 seasons where they were disgusting on defense.
Yeah, and they were also cheating.
Yeah.
No, that's just a
But
dig.
then he was hired out to the Chargers for 2 years. Now he's the Ravens head coach.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of experience, but
I mean, granted, the Ravens' last head coach, Harbaugh, we talked about it. He didn't have much experience besides
and I
special
think-
teams coordinating.
I think that's what they're hoping to do here. And maybe it's just because I trust the Ravens hiring office a lot more than I trust the Dolphins. But
Yeah.
I trust Mentors a lot more than I do trust Hafley. But it's the most intriguing hire of all of them to me.
Yeah, he's going out of all the teams that need a head coach. It's the Bills and the Ravens that have the best quarterbacks. So
Yeah.
any head coach, they want to work with a top quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah.
And Mentor got that. And a top running back. Derrick Henry is still very good.
Yeah, absolutely.
So is James Cook.
So as long, true, very true. As long as he can manage the defense, which is kind of his thing, and just get a decent OC, it's kind of like the Titans, and it just might work.
Yeah.
But he's got to win.
But-
I feel like a broken record saying
but
that, but
obviously,
literally in Baltimore, that's all they've done is had good winning seasons.
I don't feel the need to say this because we already talked about this with the Ravens, but he pretty much needs to hire an entirely new staff because it's pretty much expected at this point that Harbaugh's going to carry over everybody except for the defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
But he still might. That's still very he is currently in interviews. So
Okay.
I guess we'll see. Anyways, moving on, I do want to talk about one hire that was neither a head coach nor a GM because I think this might be the most underrated hire of the entire cycle. Chargers get Mike McDaniels
I did
as
see
offensive
that,
coordinator.
I mean,
Great hire.
We know he's a great OC.
Yeah, and here's the thing. He was a great offensive coach even last season.
Yeah.
He is an offensive mastermind. And
We forget, just a couple years ago, he dropped 70 with Tua on the Broncos.
he might be one of the best offensive minds in the league.
Oh,
and
for sure.
to pair him up with Herbert, I actually hear Bradley screaming all the way from Tucson, Arizona at or Glendale at how excited he is.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I will say, if he can't fix Herbert, then good Lord.
Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, Mike McDaniel, they officially have the best. They have the best offensive coordinator. The best they can get.
I mean, if they had managed to keep Mentor in the building, they would have had the best coaching staff, period,
Absolutely.
in the entire league. They had 2 head coaches at coordinator positions and Jim Harbaugh,
Yeah.
who's just the guy.
Yeah, exactly. All right, then moving on. I wanted to keep that one brief, but I do want to shout out the Chargers for having the best move. Now, quick segment before we go into more. Out of Jeff Hafley, Jesse Minter, Robert Saleh, Stefanski, and Harbaugh, which one is you guys' favorite hire? Which one? I mean, you can even rank them 1 through 5 because I feel like I could rattle them off real quick.
I'll just give you my favorite and my least favorite. I don't think I'm biased in saying this. I think Stefanski was a really good hire, so that's my number 1.
Yeah.
I'd probably put Harbaugh 2, just so we have like a thing, right?
Yeah.
He's a great coach, but I don't know what he's gonna do in with the Giants. Halfway? Was it Hafley. I think he's the bottom tier, just because I don't know enough about him to really.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. I would go Harbaugh 1, Stefanski 2, Saleh 3. What was the other one?
Hafley and
Hafley last.
Minter at the 4.
Yeah.
I'll put Minter at the 4 just because he's unproven.
Yeah, I agree with y'all 2 on your bottom 2, but I really do think that Saleh, Stefanski, and Harbaugh were all hired for such different reasons that they're all kind of in the same
I
tier.
wanted to put Saleh at 1, but his head coach stint in New York was pretty bad. Granted, you can't put that all on him.
Yeah, he had a really terrible cards dealt to him. Anyways, let's talk one more drama thing, then we'll get into hypotheticals, then we'll get into preview, then we'll get into picks. It's been a long episode, but we're back in the studio. We were feeling it.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Bills fire Sean McDermott. We already mentioned this. And I said I got a lot of notes on this, and I do. All the drama that's went down past that. Since then, they fired Sean McDermott. Then, before McDermott even said anything, the owner just went on a rant, then promoted their current GM to president of football operations.
Brandon Bean, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then all this crap has been going down. And on top of all this, they're dissing on their players. There's and then some the most recent thing of the saga is that some reporter brought up the fact that before the GM got there, Sean McDermott had drafted Tre'Davious White, Jordan Poyer, Ed Oliver, and
Josh Allen, right?
And Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Those 4 players.
All good players at points.
They're probably their 4 best of this last era, if
Yeah.
that makes sense. Since then, the current GM, I keep blanking on his name, has only drafted 1 Pro Bowler.
I thought he had 2. Was it James Cook and Kincaid?
Oh, yeah. Well, okay, yeah, never mind. 2.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, like, this is just a huge drama situation that feels more fit for a women's reality TV show than it does the NFL. But it's been really strange to watch, which is going to make their hiring cycle even more interesting.
Yeah, it's crazy how the Bills in the span of 2 weeks went from one of the most stable, like, well-coached teams to
A garbage fire.
a complete S show.
And honestly, it's at the point now where there's like rumblings apparently of like key players getting traded. Like, they said they can't move on from Josh Allen, but like James Cook is apparently on the block. Tre'Davious White's on the block.
Probably Ed Oliver.
Ed Oliver's on the block.
I wouldn't blame any of those people. Too, especially James Cook, right? Because you could say whatever you want, right? But like you leaned so much on James Cook this season and last season, and I mean,
if you get rid of James Cook, who does that leave on offense? Because they don't have anybody else.
Yeah.
That's a proven elite target.
Yeah, I don't get it. I'm gonna be honest. It's
either.
such a strange situation.
Honestly, I think it would make more sense if they just got what they could for Josh Allen. If they're gonna clean house.
Yeah.
See, I 100% agree with that. I mean, I think Josh Allen's good. Like, I guess we can say great.
Yeah. He's
but
great.
Like, you have James Cook. You've been relying on James Cook so much. You can get really good value out of Josh Allen, and
draft a young quarterback and let him develop with an already proven good running back.
Yeah. And you bring in a new coach, so it's not like he's having to fight with some vet.
Yeah.
It's like unless it's like Dayball, but
Yeah, and by the way, congratulations to Bo Nix for entirely destroying a franchise. It seems.
Overnight.
What the hell? Like,
Oh my
what
Lord.
the hell happened there? But
he said it's bow tie.
anyways,
Bo Nix broke his ankle and said the Bills are going down with me.
anyways, now we're gonna move into pure hypotheticals, and I'm just gonna go ahead and preface it with this: we are not sponsored. We are the only sports broadcast in the world that's not sponsored by Kalshi, but
Not yet.
I got most of these favorites from Kalshi, but they seem to be extremely accurate, which is really strange. Anyways, I'm going to stop glazing Kalshi because they don't deserve it, I'm sure. Pittsburgh, we got Pittsburgh, we got Buffalo, we got Cleveland, we got Las Vegas, and we got Arizona.
Those are all the open ones?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, I'm just going to read you guys off the things, and we're going to react to them.
Let's do it.
Pittsburgh is currently favored to land Chris Shula, but Mike McCarthy is a name that is very, very much so to watch. Just for a little bit of background, Chris Shula is the Rams defensive coordinator, and it seems more up their alley, whereas obviously Mike McCarthy, I feel like everyone kind of knows who Mike McCarthy is, but a lot of experience, but he has not coached since an okay tenure with the Cowboys.
I think Mike McCarthy is a perfect fit here.
I do too.
And you know where Mike McCarthy's from?
Is he from Pittsburgh?
He is from Pittsburgh.
I'll be
did not
darned.
know that.
How about that?
Yeah.
But he brings the long tenured Super Bowl winning head coach that the Steelers are used to.
Yeah.
He's consistent. I'll say that.
Yeah.
He's consistent.
He is consistent, and you said okay.
Consistently okay.
I would not say he's okay. I would say he is a top tier. Like,
I just said his last tenure with the Cowboys was okay.
oh, it wasn't just okay, my man. You better brush up.
He did. Besides when Dak got injured, he was pretty good.
Yeah,
According to my roommate, who is a diehard Cowboys fan, he did not
Okay.
like the
No, I mean, that's the best
they
possible
always
source.
say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. They always say that. Oh, we didn't win a Super Bowl, but like during the regular season, they won like 12, 13 games every season.
Yeah.
And then he just couldn't get over the playoff hump.
Yeah.
Which maybe it's partially his fault. Maybe it's not. Who knows?
Now, I will say, whoever gets hired to this job has a huge legacy to follow because and since the Common Era, which is 1969, they've had Chuck Noll for 23 seasons, Bill Cowher for 15 seasons, and Mike Tomlin for 19.
I'm going to say if Mike McCarthy takes this job, he might die in the office. He will never leave. because he stayed in Green Bay well past his welcome, and then he was in Dallas maybe a little longer than he needed to be.
Yeah.
They're never going to fire him if he goes to Pittsburgh.
Because he's going to do so well in the regular season. And
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to say this. Both these guys do seem very up their alley. Because, even Chris Shula, just the last name, gives them
historical.
grandson of probably, if not the greatest coach of all time, one of the greatest coaches of all time. And
the Don.
Yeah. And also, just random little fun fact, also makes a bomb steak sauce.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Don Shula has a steak sauce because he opened like a steakhouse in Miami.
Yeah.
And like apparently he liked this very specific steak sauce. It's like a combination of A1 and like extra Worcestershire sauce or whatever. I got it at the store. It's stupid good.
Really?
And I'm not really a steak sauce guy.
What's it called? Like, is it Shula?
Shula.
It's literally called Shula sauce.
All right,
It's called
I'm
Shula
getting
steak
that.
sauce.
If they got it at Publix, I might stop by on the way
It's such
back.
a sick brand too because it says like tastes like winning. It's like that's sick.
that rules.
But anyways, I think that both these guys really fit, and I think Pittsburgh will nail it with whoever. If they hire one of these two guys, it's a nailed hire. But I will say McCarthy does seem like the better hire.
I think McCartney seems like the better hire, and I did say that. I do want to go back. I think Shula's the smarter hire because he is a lot younger.
Yes.
And if you do tend to keep your people for a while, I think you'd have more stability with Shula. But but I don't know. I don't think McCartney's a bad pick.
Yeah, just for fun, do we want to name our official pick for their next head coach? Just for fun.
Yes, I will say Mike McCarthy.
Yeah.
I'll go Shula.
I'm gonna go with Chris Shula as well.
Okay.
All right. Next one is the messy situation. Buffalo. We're gonna mention this one briefly because even Call Sheet doesn't know what the hell's going on here. Currently favored either land Brian Daboll or Joe Brady, and those are really the two. And I mean, obviously, if you know anything about football, Joe Brady has been in head coach conversations
for 5 years.
The past 5 years.
Yeah.
And then in the same way, you've got Brian Daboll, who was their
their offensive coordinator.
He was the guy who developed Josh Allen.
Yeah.
So realistically, it looks like they're going to stick with a Bills guy.
Yeah.
And I can honestly see them retaining both in some weird way. But it's going to, if they want to retain both, it's going to be hiring Daboll because, again, he's already said he will go to the Titans if he's not a head coach.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I really don't know with this situation.
I want to bring over Chris Shula to the Bills. I want to say that he would be a good fit there. Granted, if not Daboll or Joe Brady, because I believe that 1A and 1B, those are the best possible options. Both of them would probably want to be the Bills head coach.
Yeah.
But if they do go outside of the building, I think it's Chris Shula landing in Buffalo because he's the hottest. I'd say he's the hottest candidate left.
Yeah.
Like on the market just for anybody in the league.
Yeah.
So if they look elsewhere, it's Chris Shula, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this. I don't think Daboll wants the smoke that just happened in Buffalo. And Joe Brady's already there. I think that because like there's a lot of red flags that just came out for the Bills. And I mean, Joe Brady's already in the thick of it. I guess I would probably stay. But if I were somebody who was not in Buffalo right now, I would stay out of Buffalo.
Because, you got to think about it. To your point, Andrew, that's a lot of pressure. McDermott was a good coach. It's just it got stagnant.
It did.
They weren't going anywhere.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that means if the next head coach comes in and you can't go to the playoffs consistently, I mean, they expect a Super Bowl from the next head coach because from the last one, they were in the playoffs every year winning games.
This is the Dallas Cowboys all over again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gosh dang it, Andrew! You literally stole the words out of my mouth.
I love to do that.
I'm not gonna even comment on that because I agree with everything you said. With that being said, my official pick is Joe Brady for him to be their next
Okay.
coach.
I'm going to go with Chris Shula.
I'm gonna go with Joe Brady. I like the Chris Shula pick, but just solely because of certain people who maybe own things and are very rich.
Yeah.
Maybe you shouldn't tell. Just because you have a microphone doesn't mean you need to tell everybody everything. I have a microphone in front of me now, and
Yeah, we're not airing out any dirty laundry here.
yeah, exactly. Keon Coleman, if you want to come work for me, I can't offer you as much money. I probably can't offer you anything.
But you'll treat him better.
Yeah, I'll be your friend.
Yeah, you'll be nice to him.
Next one we're going to talk about is Cleveland, and they're an open door right now. They have, but it's very clear their top three are Grant Udinski, Jim Schwartz, and Nathan Shilhassi. Now, here's a little background on all three of them because I'm not going to lie, I only knew who Jim Schwartz was. And that was because he was
I only know who Jim Schwartz is right now.
So the first guy is Grant Udinski, which, again, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right. It might be Udinski, but I'm just going to call him Coach U.
Yeah.
Okay. Coach U is the offensive coordinator for the Jaguars.
Ooh.
He is 30 years old.
Oh, yeah, he's crazy
30.
young.
Okay, he's only had one offensive coordinator year and one tight end coach year in the NFL. That's all. That is it. That's the extent of what he's gotten in the NFL. However, he was, get ready for this, Vikings tight end coach. So he had some beautiful tight end play.
Yeah.
And then now in his first year as an OC, beautiful offensive coordinator play.
Yeah.
It's a wild hire if they go for it.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's a huge risk.
It's risky. Very
but
risky.
Could be a big
high
reward,
risk, high
though.
reward.
Yeah.
Potentially, yeah.
And the Browns don't really do that. So I could totally see them trying to shift gears and do this.
Yeah.
Next one, Jim Schwartz. If you're a big-time football fan, you probably know this name. He is the defensive coordinator for the Browns currently. He has been a defensive coordinator, defensive coach, defensive something for the past, I think it was 17 years.
Yeah.
And but his biggest stops, he's been in Tennessee twice and Cleveland twice.
Yeah.
And every time he fields a really solid defense. At this point, he's kind of the been there, done that candidate. So if they were to name it to the most deserving candidate, it's probably him.
I'm gonna go ahead and make my pick. It's Jim Schwartz. They stay in house with this one.
Yeah, I like the Jim Schwartz because he's already there.
He's already there. The Browns defense has been the pretty much lone bright spot the past couple seasons.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd stick with Jim Schwartz.
Yeah. The only guy who is also getting thrown in is Nathan Shilhassi, which he is the passing game coordinator for the Rams. And he's been thrown in a lot of jobs, but he's more of kind of like an intriguing guy for me. Not really.
He's a young guy too. Yeah.
He's very young. Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's really it. My official pick prediction. I'm gonna agree with you guys. I think it's Jim Schwartz.
Yeah, I think he's the most deserving, and he's proven the most.
It would make me happy
out of the guys that we've listed. Yeah.
It would also make me happy to see him finally get a head coaching gig. Honestly, and he feels like very much like a Cleveland Browns head coach.
I think if you wanted to bring one of those other two in as like an offensive coordinator, I think that wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yeah, because they do it's weird to say the Browns are not that unattractive.
Oh, not at
they're
all.
They're a pretty attractive team to go to right now.
So much young talent.
Yes, so much young talent.
You have a lot of talent.
Your cap space is a little stuck because it's not that high.
Yeah, because of old Deshaun.
Yeah, but whatever. Anyways, next one is kind of like a done deal. Kind of like how Jesse Mentor was kind of a done deal. Las Vegas is very heavily favorited to land Clint Kubiak.
Yeah, and if the Seahawks were out of the playoffs, it would have already been announced.
Yeah, which Kubiak is the offensive coordinator for the Seahawks currently. Ton of family experience again, obviously with Gary Kubiak. Yep. That is his father. But he's the most interesting guy available, I think, still. And as a whole, still available. I think Vegas is probably the most interesting job still avaval. Not the best, not the worst. Very interesting. You have a very blank slate with a lot of stuff.
I think the Raiders have a lot of good talent. Mm-hmm. The big negative with the Raiders, their offensive line is atrocious.
Yeah.
So
I will say the Raiders behind the Titans have the second most cap space going into next year.
Yeah. I'll say this too. The Las Vegas Raiders, whoever that coach is, because also Clint Kubiak was a quarterbacks coach for a very long time and has a very good track record of developing quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. So they need to get him on the same page. If they're going to hire him, then I think if they hire him, then it's already pretty much official for Fernando Mendoza to be a Raider. But if they hire him, it's because of Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah, they want the best guy around Mendoza.
Yeah. And I will say you can tell because he is the play caller. He's the assistant play caller for Seattle. Mm-hmm. But it's kind of like what Josh Heupel is here at Tennessee, where he confirms or denies the plays. Where that's kind of McDonald confirms or denies them.
Yeah,
and he calls them. So kind of interesting to see. But I love Kubiak. I think if they do hire Kubiak, that he might be a very long tenured head coach there because that seems like a beautiful hire to me.
Yeah. And of course, I think he would by default be all three of our picks just because he's the most heavily favored.
Yeah, absolutely. There's not really another favorite. Let's see who the second is. I genuinely don't even know. Davis Webb, who
former quarterback Davis Webb.
Yeah, and then Mike LaFleur, who is the Rams. But here, just for reference, on Calonge, it is a 63% chance of Clint Kubiak, which is currently the highest of anyone.
Yeah.
Davis Webb's at a 21. Mike LaFleur is at a 9. So
yeah.
it's not even worth it for us to make a prediction here. It's about wrapped up to be Clint Kubiak. He's also the only one who's had 2 interviews there so far.
Okay.
Final one that we will get into, and then we'll get into our preview and our picks because this has been a long episode. Wake up! Sorry. So Arizona is probably the worst place to land.
Yeah.
I think so.
I wouldn't want to go to Arizona, period, because you really only have one promising player.
Well, you have one promising player. The ownership is known to be cheap.
And then Michael Wilson is possibly good.
Maybe.
No, he's good. He's good. I like some Michael Wilson.
Yeah. But, I mean, like, I'm just saying this. The Cardinals consistently have the worst NFL PA grades, which is like what the players think of their team, what the players think of their organization.
Yeah.
Consistently the worst. They have the worst team facilities. The only thing they ever score high on is their stadium.
The Cardinals have never been good.
No.
Well, they
were decent with D-Hop and Kyler Murray for a few years. Maybe a year.
And with
I'd
Carson
say.
Palmer, they were real.
Yeah, Carson Palmer, they did go to a Super Bowl.
Or I guess it was that time.
Yep.
They had Carson Palmer, they had
Larry,
and then there was a tight end from Georgia. He's actually from my hometown. He was on that team. I can't remember his name though.
I got nothing
He
on
wasn't
that.
he wasn't super phenomenal.
Yeah. But I mean, it's not really they need you wrote down Sean McDermott on this. I think he would be a good fit there.
But does Sean McDermott want to go there? If that's the only place he's offered, he'll go.
I don't think Sean McDermott wants to go there, but I think of all the places, to like show people that you weren't the problem. Go to Arizona.
Go to Arizona and win.
Yeah.
And he's a legend.
Like,
yeah.
All you have to do is just get greater than 500.
Let's just highlight real quick how crazy that division would be for coaches. It's already crazy with teams.
Yeah.
But if they get Sean McDermott, you literally have like 4 of the top 7 best coaches in the league.
Yeah.
All in one division.
That'd be so much fun.
Anyways, it is between they were interviewing Joe Brady and Vance Joseph very heavily.
Okay.
But then once Sean McDermott got fired, that was the first people to call was them. And I think that's correct.
Well, I like Vance Joseph. The thing with like Vance has just been, I don't know. He's been so consistent, over the period of time. I don't think he's going to take a head coaching position.
No.
So
he's one of those we actually talked about him a couple weeks ago. Like he is a coordinator. He's not a coach.
Yeah, and I think he knows that.
Yep.
So.
And no offense to him, but that's just what he is. Anyways, that's going to do it for our coaching carousel talk. We're going to take one more quick break, and then we'll hit you guys with preview and then some picks. All right, we're back. We are going to give you a game preview, a true game preview, because there's only 2 games. First one we're going to talk about is what should have been a very hyped up matchup, but unfortunately, Bo Nix's ankle had to blow that away.
Yeah.
I wish you a very speedy recovery, Bo, but we have the Jarrett Stidham show in Denver as Drake May comes to town. And I'm just going to say it right now. Stidham's going to have to be nearly perfect to win this game.
Yeah, he's going to have to play perfect.
He's only ever had 5 NFL starts.
All for the Patriots, right? So, revenge game.
Yeah. And I'll say this. Stidham, I've read up a lot on him because I really didn't know much about him. Throughout his entire career, he averages about 210 yards a game passing, which is not bad. Really good for a backup, but not bad.
Yeah.
But he has 8 touchdowns through 5 starts, 8 interceptions through 5 starts. And what I've heard from a lot of Patriots fans and Patriots media, he is a turnover machine.
Okay.
And that is what the Patriots thrive off of. With that being said, the key to victory for me, turnovers.
Yeah. We saw last week, even with turnovers and Drake May, he fumbled 4 times. They can still win convincingly if the other quarterback plays bad.
Yeah. Well, and the positive here for the Patriots is that the Broncos are a really good defense, but they're not like a turnover defense. You know what I'm saying?
No, they're like kind of like an anaconda defense. Where
Yeah, they'll just suffocate you.
They want to suffocate you.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting. Like the top 3 defenses in the NFL this year are all very different because like just by pure metrics, like the Seahawks, the Broncos, and the Texans. The Texans are turnover forcers.
Texans are explosive.
The Texans are an explosive defense. Like you might honestly score 40 on the Texans defense. Like you really could. but it's very unlikely because they're probably going to
yeah.
murder you before you do it.
Yeah.
They have huge pass
Will
rush.
Anderson and Daniil Hunter have something to say about that.
It's huge pass rush, huge secondary.
Yeah.
Linebackers are just big hitters. And then
Yep.
with the Broncos, you have a control defense.
Secondary.
They want to control the game. They don't they're not going to force that many turnovers, but they're going to force you into a whole lot of 3-and-outs.
Yep.
Then with the Seahawks, they're just a beat down defense,
Yep.
which you're probably going to get 17 to 20 points on them, but you're going to be so beat up by the fourth quarter, you're not going to be able to do anything.
Yeah.
It's been really fun watching those four defensive archetypes go against each other.
Yeah, with that being said, the Broncos are most likely going to have to lean on the run game pretty heavily.
Which was not great last week.
Which was not great last week, and the Patriots have one of the best rush defenses in the NFL, period.
Yeah.
So the key to the game is shutting down the Broncos' run game and forcing Jared Stidham to win them the game, which I straight up don't think he can do.
Yeah, I don't think it's a possibility.
Plus,
we're not making our picks yet, but I think you can kind of taste in the air what our picks are for this one.
yeah, plus Josh McDaniels, the Patriots OC, could just walk over to the defensive coordinator's office and be like, hey, I've got a packet on Jared Stidham, and just drop it on his desk and be like, hey, this is everything I know about him, because he coached him.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, he developed him.
Yeah.
He is the guy. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, this feels like I feel bad for Broncos fans at this point.
Me too. It's just freak injury.
Yeah.
Extremely unfortunate. And
imagine a Bills, just now thinking about a Bills-Patriots third-time rematch.
that would have been so nice. But with that being said, I'm going to take the Patriots.
I'm taking the Patriots as well.
Yeah.
And so I'll pull up Bradley's picks, but I think I can go ahead and say
I think he took the
I think he
Patriots,
took
yeah.
Pats,
I'm 99% sure he picked the Pats.
I'm pretty sure like 90-something% of America's taking the
Yeah, he took the Pats.
The spread is Patriots minus 4.5.
Yeah, and
in Denver.
That is low.
That's low. That's giving the Broncos 3 points for home field advantage.
Which I will say, just with the way the defense is, it might be that way, but I don't know. Anyways, next game we have is the NFL game of the year, by far.
I don't know if I said this on mic earlier, but the two games that the Rams and the Seahawks have already played have been decided by a total of 3 points.
Yeah. All right.
And they've both been bangers.
Yeah.
You guys ready for a little game preview that I wrote down here?
Oh, let's
Thanks
go,
to
Grayson.
Rams Wire, by the way. That's where I'm getting a lot of these stats from.
Okay, cool.
All right. So I'm just going to say this. Road teams are 5-15 in conference title games against their division rivals since 1917.
So that favors the Seahawks.
That favors the Seahawks.
Okay.
Sean McVay has never lost when facing a team for the third time.
In a single season?
In a single season. Never lost.
So
that favors the Rams.
So that favors the Rams, or there's a first time for everything.
All right, yeah. The Rams he's just 3-0, by the way. It's not a huge number, but he's 3-0.
Yeah.
Which is still pretty impressive. That means he has
that is
3
impressive,
playoff
yeah.
wins over NFC West teams.
What is it? Do we know which team it is? It's probably. I bet it's the
Probably the
Niners.
Niners,
I bet
yeah.
it's
Probably
the
Niners.
Yeah.
Probably Niners twice then. I know they beat the Seahawks 2 years ago because I remember that because it was a 3-6 game.
I know nothing about it, but I would bet that the Rams beat the Niners 3 times in their Super Bowl run a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Next thing. The Rams outscored the Seahawks 58-57 this season by 1 point. You ready for the craziest part?
oh man,
The Rams outgained the Seahawks in games against each other this season, 830 to 829. 1 yard and 1 point separates and favors the Rams. The Rams and Seahawks both had exactly 47 sacks this season. The games between the number 1 overall offense, which is the Rams, and the number 1 overall defense, 17-17 all time.
are
in the
we
playoffs.
serious, dude?
The Seahawks have allowed 2 touchdowns to non-Rams teams since week 13. Only 2 touchdowns. Now, hear that.
They've played the Rams twice.
They played
in
the
that
Rams
space.
twice.
Okay, yeah.
That just means the Rams are their kryptonite. And
Interesting.
Stafford is 7-2 in the playoffs with the Rams. That's kind of an interesting one. But then on the Seahawks side, they have a lot of all-time stuff going for them. Again, the whole road teams are 5-15 conference title games between rivals.
Yeah.
That's not good. And then the NFC West specifically is 1-4 on the road. And on top of all this, history favors the 49ers, but this season favors the Rams.
Yeah.
This is an insane matchup, bottom line, how you look at it.
Yeah.
My personal keys to the game for the Seahawks, you have to pick a side of the ball. You got to either shut down their passing game or shut down their run game. You have to pick one.
Yeah.
You can't. It's going to become an offensive shootout.
Yeah.
But you can't let it get out of hand.
The last game, they went up early, and Sam Darnold didn't have to do a whole lot. If they get down and Sam Darnold has to win them the game, I'm not terribly confident that he can do that.
Whereas vice versa, if Matthew Stafford has to win the game,
I absolutely think he can do that.
And then kind of tying into my key for the game for the Rams, you got to have Matthew Stafford going.
Yeah.
If Matthew Stafford is rolling, I don't know how the Seahawks stop them, honestly.
Yeah, you got to hit him, and you got to hit him hard.
Yep. This is an unstoppable force meeting an immovable object.
Yeah, I mean, it's a coin toss.
It is.
It's a coin toss. The spread's only 2.5, and that's the Seahawks are favored by 2.5 as the home team, which we like to say that home teams get 3 points.
Yeah.
So really, it's a pick 'em.
Yeah.
Based on the spread, if you go by that logic. And with that being said, I'm picking a Super Bowl rematch, which either way with our predictions, whatever we pick here will be a Super Bowl rematch because we all picked the Patriots. The Patriots have played the Rams in the Super Bowl twice and the Seahawks once.
Yep.
And beat and went 3-0, right? Yeah, they did go 3-0 versus those teams.
Yep.
That being said, it will be a rematch of the 2001 Super Bowl and the 2019 Super Bowl. The Patriots will play the Los Angeles Rams in the Super Bowl.
And I just want to say I pray to God that the 2019 Super Bowl does not repeat.
Oh,
that was
my
the worst
Lord.
Super Bowl ever.
That was a snooze fest.
Also, just for our viewers' sake, right? 2001, it wasn't Los Angeles Rams.
Oh, it was the St. Louis Rams.
St. Louis
It's the
Rams.
St. Louis Rams. Yep, they never should have left.
They never should have left.
Never
I
should.
agree.
That is one thing I agree with. They
Yeah,
never should have
100%. Especially in the NFL knew that the Chargers were trying to go north to Los Angeles.
Why does LA? I guess a huge population, but they're not a football city.
I could see the Rams going there at the time because I mean LA could use a football team.
Well,
It's just attractive,
Yeah.
undeniably.
Yeah.
But two?
and
What?
And I lived in San Diego for a little bit, so
Yeah.
I'm kind of
Oh, they hate the Spanos family.
Well, they do now, but I moved the same season that the Chargers moved out, which was upsetting. But that stadium's huge; it's still there. Don't know what was going on. Anyway, kind of off topic, but I want to say something, and this isn't like definitive. This is just how I feel. But I feel like the Rams have not played very well in the playoffs. They overpower their opponents, which I think that they should because they have a much better, well-rounded team than most of their opponents. I don't think they have a better team than the Seahawks.
Yeah.
I do think Sam Darnold, this is his proving point right here. But I do think the Seahawks are going to do it. And I think it's going to be Pat's Seahawks.
You know what? I completely forgot about the most important X factor of this game, which is the fact that this Seattle crowd can make earthquakes happen.
Yes.
And I'm actually just going to take the Seahawks.
That's fair.
Well,
It depends entirely on if Sam Darnold can play well in crunch time.
And I'm going to say this, even if he can't, Drew Lock can.
Drew Lock. Bring in Drew Lock in the fourth quarter if they're down and just let him sling it.
Yeah.
Big Drew.
Throw that thing. You know?
Yeah, throw that thing.
not so fast.
Oh!
I am going to take the Rams.
Okay.
By the way, Bradley took the Seahawks.
Yes.
Which
Because
also
Bradley's
means
smart.
that there is a separation between me and Bradley. Oh, I forgot to read the point totals. As you all know, ever since the playoff started, we've been going by point totals because these games are worth more now.
Yes.
Last week's games were worth 5. This week's games, technically, they should be worth 16, but I feel like that's low-key way too much.
That's crazy.
So they're worth 8.
Okay. Super Bowl, that can be 16. Yeah.
Super Bowl, I'm really tempted to just make it like whoever takes it wins it, pretty much at this point.
Okay.
Current point totals. I'm sitting at 159, still in the lead. Abe, you are sitting at 147.
Okay.
Andrew, you're sitting at 136. Bradley's sitting at 154. So it's kind of anyone's game right now.
It's still absolutely anyone's game. It'll come down to the Super Bowl.
It will come down to the Super Bowl. Now,
Yeah.
if the Rams win, that's huge for me. If the Seahawks win, then it is truly anyone's game.
Absolutely.
So, with that being said, and I'm not just saying that to distance myself. I think you can tell by my rhetoric, too. I'm taking the Rams. I brought my Aaron Donald jersey to the dorm. I will be sitting in my Aaron Donald jersey.
I like it.
I think the Rams are going to win. I think that Matthew Stafford's going to get going. And I think, honestly, this is going to sound crazy. I think Matthew Stafford's going to win the Super. Maybe this is a hot take. We're not doing hot takes anymore, but like, I think Matthew Stafford's going to win the Super Bowl, win an MVP, and retire at the end of the season.
I mean, I don't think anything about what you said is crazy. So I'm going to say that you have my support, even though I think the Rams are going to get beat.
Yeah, I think if he does win, it'd be pulling kind of an Eli Manning of like retiring at your peak. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that would ultimately benefit him in the long run.
Quick thing in this game, I want to give a shout out. Both sides have University of Tennessee representatives.
Yeah,
playing on
yeah.
defense. The Seahawks have Darrell Taylor.
Yeah.
Darrell Taylor, however you
Yeah.
say his name.
Yeah.
I think defensive end. And the Rams have Byron Young. Byron Young, one of our favorites. So shout out to those guys. Best of luck to the both of them.
So guaranteed there will be a Vol in the Super Bowl, which is always
No matter
something
what.
happy to think
Love
about.
to see it.
I wonder if the Seahawks or if the Patriots and Broncos have one. I don't know. Anyways, that'll do it for this episode. Very hypothetical episode, but we're super happy to be back in the studio. Super happy. It feels like we're talking more directly to you guys again. I don't know about y'all.
Oh, yeah.
Talking into these really fancy microphones, so it feels so much better. Thank you guys. We love y'all. We love you too, Alex. And we will see you guys next week to
Love you.
make some Pro Bowl predictions.
Yeah.
Peace out, y'all.